Welcome, T.A.G family. You know what I'm here for, and I know what you're here for. You're here for the Survivor Series 2021, aka Rock Appreciation, aka we're gonna promote everything The Rock is doing night. Yeah. Let's get to it. Survivor Series 2021. It was a pay-per-view. To say it's the last one of the year because they're not doing another one until January 1st. It was a pay-per-view. It was presented by Red Notice, which is, The Rock's new movie with Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, that's on Netflix. You heard that a lot. Reason why I can. It was also The Rock's 25th anniversary, which you saw that a lot too. Yeah. I mean, the only thing that was missing was The Rock himself. Like, a promo coming out there, something. But you would have thought that he was trying to tell us something with this night. But yeah, they're not doing another pay-per-view to January 1st. And how was this pay-per-view to ride out the rest of the year? It was a unique sandwich. And we're going to get to it. Alright, on the pre-show, we had Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura with Rick Boogs versus United States Champion Damian Priest. Pretty solid match. I'm actually shocked that it was on the pre-show considering they're the both mid-card titles. But hey, I don't do the booking because if you listen to us, us including Lip Dizzle and Jaeger, we pretty sure we can book better than what they booking over there. And you can put that in the books that we said that. But pretty solid match. Nothing considering I think this was their first time wrestling each other in WWE. Pretty solid. They, if you've been following, Damian Priest has his whole new persona where he's teetering the line of good and bad or good and evil. He has this dark side to him, but he's also a good guy at the same time. And then another unique thing with the match was anytime Damian would get like rest holds or the upper hand, Rick Boogs would play the guitar to try to distract Damian. So as you can see, we're building up to the crescendo. Finally, Boogs' interference build up to where the evil side of the Priest kicked in. He broke the guitar. He then hit Boogs with a piece, then hit Shinsuke with a piece. Oh no! Damian Priest gets disqualified. SmackDown, 1, Raw, nothing. Or should I do it in reverse? But yeah. Then we get the opening package of everything. Then we start off with Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch versus SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. Now, they have been wanting us to care about this match. We've been hearing things from Charlotte. We've been hearing things from Bex. It's been sounding like work shoot related type things. They really wanted us to care. This match was rough. It was they definitely wanted to give the work shoot feel with this match. And from that, it was actually a pretty good match. I will dare say it was match of the night to say it opened the show. I hate the ending, which the ending came down to Charlotte was rolling up Bex. She grabbed the ropes, but the ref saw it. Bex reversed the roll up, and when the ref was out of position, Becky grabbed the ropes and got the 1, 2, 3. It was awkward at times. It was good at times, but yes, they definitely wanted to give a work shoot feel to the match. So whether Bex and Charlotte truly have a beef, or they was really trying to perpetuate everything to try to build up to this match, they did a pretty good job. If they really truly don't like each other, then they did a good job. Regardless, it was a good work, shoot, fight match. Yeah, definitely. If you don't want to watch Survivor Series, I would say check this out because it's the start of the show. All right. Next up on the list, we have the men's traditional 5-on-5 match. Of course, you know, all of this is for brand supremacy. On Raw side, we had KO, Finn, Lashley, Theory, and Rollins. SmackDown side, we had King Woods, Sheamus, Happy Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Jeff Hardy. Those were your 5 on each team. I think I'm not the biggest fans of these matches anymore because they keep doing with this brand supremacy thing, which is weird because old Survivor Series matches wasn't that. It was legitimately like, hey, Austin's team versus Bret Hart's team, or this faction went against that faction. You know, this whole brand supremacy thing really doesn't mean much because technically, after this is over with, you rarely hear anything else. Like, you don't really hear nothing about brand supremacy like that until next Survivor Series, where they kind of recap what happened previously. So I really don't understand it anymore. WWE needs to try to figure something else out in 2022. Maybe they need to do it like this is such and such team versus such and such team, and the team captain gets to pick between both shows of who they want on their team. Maybe that might give a better feel, because then now you could intermingle Raw and SmackDown being on same teams. But the brand supremacy thing, it's not really doing much. Like, I could see if they had like underlying things that they're not mentioning happen, but whatever. Alright, so it starts off with KO kept telling the group, I want to start, let me start the match. Soon as the match starts, bell rings, KO bells. So KO gets taken out. So Raw 4, SmackDown 5. More fighting. Balor eventually hits coup de grace on Happy Corbin. Corbin's out, 4-4. Lashley beats the dog shit, basically. Yeah, I curse. Lashley virtually beats the dog shit out of Woods. Just utter domination. Lashley, he didn't even tap out King Woods with the hurt lock. It was past that. King Woods eliminated. Then we get the Beefy Boy brawl. Big meaty men bumping meats, as Big E would like to say. Lashley and Drew Mack, they start going at it. Like I said, they had them a Beefy Boy brawl. So much so that when they took it outside, both of them got counted out. Then we get Sheamus. He eventually eliminates Balor. Theory eliminates Sheamus. Hardy eliminates Theory. Then we come down to 1-on-1. Rollins versus Hardy. Rollins eventually takes it. Boom. So now, I forgot to update. So now we got SmackDown 1, Raw 2. Or if we wanted to reverse it. But SmackDown 1, Raw 2. That's where we at. Then we get some chaoticness of a 25-man battle royal. Because you know why it's 25 men? Because it's The Rock's 25th anniversary. So we gonna throw 25 men in between Raw and SmackDown in this battle royal that's sponsored by Pizza Hut, coincidentally. I don't get it. I guess we here. They paid for it. Why not have mad Pizza Hut pizzas all over the ring? But hey, battle royal. Almost wins. He dominates. I think he had 12 or 13 eliminations. Something that was pure dominance on his end. So, keeping count, that is now Raw 3, SmackDown 1. Foreshadowing, you can kind of see where this is going. Next up, we had the tag team champs go at it with the SmackDown tag champs, the Usos, versus the Raw tag champs, RK Bro. You know, in situations like this, it's almost impossible for the Usos and Orton. Now, I don't want to say not Riddle yet, because Riddle hasn't been in the main event scene or big profile matches as much yet. But when you get elements like this, they're not going to have bad matches. From that being said, Randy hits a unique stat, because with him competing at this Survivor Series, he is now the wrestler in WWE with the most pay-per-view matches. They didn't say how many, but apparently he has surpassed Kane with the most pay-per-view matches. And if he wrestles on Raw tonight, or the next time he wrestles on Raw, he would have the most matches competed in on Raw. So Randy be working. Pretty solid match between these four. I love the ending. I can't remember which Uso was going for the flying Uso on Riddle. Randy intercepted it, but upon the intercepting of the flying Uso to the RKO, he still hit the splash on Riddle. But since Randy was the legal man, he pinned Uso, got the 1, 2, 3. SmackDown 1, Raw 4. Next, we have the women's 5-on-5, which we have SmackDown, Toni Storm, Shayna Baszler, Natalya, Shotzi Blackheart, and the boss Sasha Banks versus Raw side, Liv Morgan, Queen Zelina, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Carmella. I'll say the fifth just escaped me. Carmella wanted to start off the match, but then of course you know she's been having this gimmick where she has to protect her face. Then something got a little but it ended up with she was trying to put on her face mask. Things happened. Tony hit Carmella with that devastating finisher, which I still don't know if she has a name to that yet. But Storm eliminates Carmella. Then eventually, more fighting. Storm eliminates Queen Zelina. Then Liv eliminates Tony. Then Banks eliminates Liv. Granted, this didn't happen so rapid fire. I'm just rapid firing through the match because, yeah. Then Shayna eliminates Rhea. If you kind of been doing the math, Bianca is the only one left versus Natalya, Shayna, Shotzi, and Banks. Oh boy, we got a 1v4 situation. This is where the match gets a little cattywampus because, once again, I'm trying to fill my cattywampus quota. So at least once a week per video, you will hear me say cattywampus at some point. Quota filled. Sasha gets thrown out the ring and the ref is counting. Now, per the rules, I thought in wrestling, if you slide in the ring and go under the bottom rope, the count's supposed to restart. Apparently, they were getting, the teammates, Shotzi, Natalya, and Shayna, was getting upset with Sasha over something. As she was literally breaking the count, they kept dragging her back out, but the ref kept counting, which led to Sasha getting counted out. All the while, I'm like, so they gonna just change rules on the fly? Because when you hit under the bottom rope, it wasn't like she was at the apron, like her arm and elbow and shoulder were all under the bottom rope. So it's like that should have broke the count twice. But Sasha gets counted out. Now we got a 3v1 situation. Bianca starts to fight all three. She eventually eliminates Natalya. She eventually rolls up Shayna. Her and Shotzi go at it. She eventually hits the KOD on Shotzi. Boom. Bianca gets the 1, 2, 3. Raw 5. SmackDown 1. Now, Bianca is definitely having a year. Winning the Women's Royal Rumble. Main eventing WrestleMania. Winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. And now being Sole Survivor. She is just checking off the boxes. Also, there was another storyline that I'm begrudgingly going to mention. Vince McMahon shows up, I think, after the Charlotte and Becky fight. And once again, it is The Rock's 25th anniversary. And I haven't seen Red Notice yet, but apparently there's this egg of some sorts that apparently that they're trying to steal in the movie or trying to get back in the movie. I don't know. But Vince so-called has the egg. And so coincidentally, most of the superstars are back there in the area of the limo, and he just pops out with the egg, and everybody's like, ooh, I want to touch it. Let me touch the egg, Vince. I want to touch the egg, Vince. The power compels me to touch the egg, Vince. It's so shiny, Vince. Where'd you get this egg from, Vince? That's that one segment. The next segment, the egg is in this case on Vince's desk. Roman walks in and he's like, yeah, you know, your cousin, The Rock, whose 25th anniversary is tonight, who stars in Red Notice, gave me this egg. And it's not a prop from the movie. Apparently, it's the real egg. And you know how much this egg costs, Roman? $100 million. Fuck out of here. End of segment 2. Segment 3. Vince is sitting down with Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce. All of a sudden, egg gone. Egg missing. He proceeds to then tell Pearce and Deville, find out who stole my $100 million egg. And if you can't find out tonight, every superstar from Raw and SmackDown will be on Raw tomorrow night so we can figure out who stole my egg. Why? Just why? Why? Tell me why. But yeah, this is a storyline that they're going to try to run of who stole this $100 million egg that The Rock from Red Notice gave Vince McMahon. And I'm being dramatic on purpose because we have a classic whodunit, people. Place your bets of who stole this $100 million egg. I really don't give a shit. But we might find out on Raw who so-called stole this $100 million egg. And throughout the show, almost between every match. We got a classic Rock clip of his 25 years of WWE. I told you this show was really pandering. This was a pandering ass show to The Rock. Pander. Panda. 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 Pander. Pander the Panda. That's what this show was. Pander the Panda to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Main event time. WWE Champion Big E with the Sweet Seinfeld inspired gear versus SmackDown's Universal Champion, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Of course, right before this match, Kayla Braxton stops Paul Heyman in the back. She tells him, hey, well, apparently Brock Lesnar's suspension is probably up. Oh no, what are we to do? Oh no. This match. Remember talking about that weird sandwich? Because the first match, I ain't talking about Shin and Nakamura. Shin and Nakamura. Shin and Damian Priest. I was talking about Bex and Charlotte. They're really the first layer, the bread. This was the other piece of the bread. Now, the problem with this sandwich was it's a lot of bullshit that was kind of in the middle. That some could be good, some could be bad. But it's the bread. It's the first and the last thing. Because this was another match that was a banger. Of course, I mean, it's Big E. It's Roman Reigns. Roman's been killing it ever since he came back as Tribal Chief. And Big E, I mean, if you don't like Big E, something wrong with you. Mentally, physically, and spiritually. Yeah, I said it. Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. They have a solid little slugfest. It was the typical, let's work on a body part. It was Big E's knee after he tried to do his apron splash. So that became like a target of focus of Roman. I like how strong they built Big E because he ate a few Superman punches. He ate a couple of spears. Of course, you know, Roman, he had to eat a couple of, I think he ate either only one or two big endings. But the match ended with Big E getting basically stomped in the back of the knee. Then Roman hit him with a spear. Boom, 1, 2, 3. Tribal Chief wins. So, SmackDown 2, Raw 5. So technically Raw won tonight. But I guess if you want to put it in perspective, SmackDown has the better mid-card champion and SmackDown has the better world champion. But everything else Raw has better than. Raw has the better tag champs. Raw has the better women talent, women's champion, and men talent. I don't know, because brand supremacy at this point is stupid as shit to me. But that was Survivor Series as a whole. 3 hours and 36 minutes of pandering to The Rock. If you really want to check this show out, good luck. If you really want to have fun, if you are of legal age, take a shot anytime they reference The Rock. I don't think you will make it to hour 2. Unless you just a fish when it comes to alcohol. Because mentioning his name, mentioning Red Notice, whoo boy, that could be a drinking game that I wouldn't partake in. And don't worry, I'm pretty sure you're probably like, oh, but what about Lip and what about Jaeger's opinion? Do you really want 3 people bashing this show, or would you rather just have one? We might bring it up later, but let's just deal with the fact that it's just me bashing it, because I don't think we need a triple threat assault on Survivor Series 2021, aka the last pay-per-view of the year, aka please Dwayne Johnson, please come back and bring our ratings back up the show, because that's what it was. They pandered to The Rock almost all night in some form or fashion. Like, honestly, you would have thought he would have showed up at the end. Like, you would have thought after Roman won, his music would have hit and he would have at least stood in the ramp or something. Like, geez, they pandered to The Rock. Like I said, pander the panda. That was WWE. But yeah, of course, whether you like it, you hate it, don't forget to rate it. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let us know in the comments below. Let us know what you thought. You thought Survivor Series was good? You thought it was bad? What was stand out to you? Hell, you can let us in the comments know. Did you even watch it? Cause for a pay-per-view to ride out on, whoo boy. Of course, myself, ScooterRay. I'm sorry, I just gotta take a side. Really, they really pandered a lot, guys. Like, seriously. Just be prepared for the pandering. But of course, myself, ScooterRay, on behalf of the bros, Jaeger, Lip Dizzle, I'm gonna give a too sweet to them bros. And of course, just like any tag video, you always gots to tag out.